All right, guys. Well, I'm back today with some of my favorite semi-auto tactical shotguns. The Beretta A300 Ultimate 12 gauge, as you see here. I just did a full overview of this shotgun, and the Beretta 1301 Tactical that I did an overview on a while back. The A300 Ultima Patrol came out after the 1301 Tactical, and for all extensive purposes on the outside seems to be a very, very similar shotgun. Now the systems are different, but both are gas-operated systems, and both are incredibly quick. If you want more information about these shotguns individually, you can check out those full videos, but we are going to compare the two because these are two of Beretta's flagship tactical shotguns and honestly have taken the market by storm. If I had to select only one tactical semi-auto shotgun, I would pick the 1301 Tactical, and not just between the two, between all semi-auto tactical shotguns. I reviewed the M2, the M3, and the M4 from Benelli, Mossberg 930s, Stogers, and a few others, and the 1301 would be my go-to for a few different reasons. Now, does that mean, though, that it's worth buying this over the A300 for the price difference? Now, street prices of these shotguns are going to vary between about $400 between the two levels. I've been seeing this pop up for right around or just under $1,000, and I've seen the 1301 Tactical in the same configuration with the stock setup for right around $1,400 to $1,500. So with it worth spending the extra money on the 1301 Tactical, that's what this video is about. But let's start at the front and work our way to the back and talk about the specs, features, and performance of these shotguns. The first thing I want to let you guys know is it's 7+1 for both of the shotguns. They utilize the same M-LOK mounts up at the top. I just added a pick reel here, QD slots, and clamps. The 1301 actually features a blacked out sight. The A300 features a fiber sight. The advantage goes to the A300. When it comes to the fore ends, they're very similar, but the A300 utilizes a more aggressive grip pattern than the 1301, and I like the 1301 just a touch better, but it also gives you the addition of M-LOK slots up here, which I like a lot better on the A300. You can tell this was developed afterwards with a few added features, but for all extensive purposes, they're pretty much the same at the front, given a few differences that we discussed. Now, the actions themselves we'll talk about in the reliability and performance section of the review, but the receivers and the features we're going to discuss right now, both of them have the extended safety levers or the bolt release levers. These are some of the nicest I've seen in the industry. Hands down on a semi-auto shotgun, these are king. They work, they're easy, you can use them with gloves. They are just one of the nicest features that I've seen on this shotgun, and it radically transforms how they operate. Both of them have extended bolt handles. The 1301 is tapered, where the A300 is straight. The 1301 is a little bit better. When it comes to loading, both of the loading gates work out incredibly well and are flared and ready to go from the factory. Now, it seems like, for me anyways, the 1301 is just a touch easier to load, but it's almost negligible. But if I had to give the advantage, it would be to the 1301 just by a touch. But both of these, again, are some of the smoothest loading semi-auto shotguns I've ever felt. When it comes to the cross-trigger safety, the 1301 gets a slight advantage because it's got an oversized pad, but both of them work out great. The trigger guards are almost identical, and the rear sights are almost identical as well as far as functionality. They both have the rail systems up top to add an optic. So in a nutshell, that's kind of what you're seeing there. I don't want to focus too much on the stock differences between the two because the 1301 is available with this same style stock. I'm kind of preference the pistol grip stock. I feel like I get a better hold on the gun, especially for a tactical shotgun, but that can be easily outfitted to the A300 Patrol. But the main configuration that you're seeing sell for does not include the pistol grip stock. So that's something to consider when you're going to spend $1,400. You figure it's probably about $100 to upgrade the stock. So that may play effect in whether you buy the 1301 or the A300. So a lot of these differences are going to be very minor compared to two when it comes to external differences. And you may think after hearing that, well, yeah, there's no reason to spend $400 or $500 on the extra 1301 tactical. And you would be right, but there are internal differences that makes a big difference down at the range. And one of the first ones I want to mention is the fact that the action is much smoother on the 1301 tactical. I'm not sure why that is, what type of coatings they use or the interface they use, but you can already tell right here with that rotating and lock and bolt, it's just incredibly smooth. Whereas this guy is a little bit tighter and it's just a little bit stiffer of an action. That is going to be one difference. Now that may be a big factor in competitive reloading or pulling it back to chamber a new round. The smoother the action is, the easier it is to manipulate. That makes a big difference when split seconds count for a personal defense situation or competitive shooting. Is this action too stiff or too gritty? No, not at all. It's actually a very nice action. The 1301 though is refined. Absolutely refined, and you can notice a difference right there. Now alone, that is probably not worth the $400 or $500 price difference between the two models, but that does start kind of stacking up in the 1301 Tactical's favor. The next thing is the operating system. Both of these are gas-operated systems, and they run every single round I put through them, from low brass to high brass. None of them had a break-in period. They ran literally everything from the cheapest of the cheap shotgun shells from Walmart to premium slugs and buckshot. No issues whatsoever. So they both do really good. But the action on the 1301 Tactical is called the B-Link or Blink system, and it's about 33% faster than a conventional shotgun, and it makes it quick. Really quick. I tried to show in the intro side-by-side comparisons, and I was trying to run them each as fast as I could, and I just ran the 1301 Tactical quicker. And that's also because, to me anyways, I felt like the recoil impulse was slightly less in the 1301 Tactical, and it was easier to make follow-up shots with this rather than the Ultima. This one reminded me a lot of the speed of like the Mossberg 930 or the Benelli M4. Like it recoiled like one of those, it felt like one of those, it handled like one of those. And that's not a bad thing. That's a great action in this shotgun. In fact, we'll probably be doing comparison videos in the future. And honestly, at the price of this compared to the Benelli, hands down, I'm picking the A300. It just runs. It runs great and it's absolutely quick. If you look at something like the Benelli M2, an inertia-driven shotgun, I can actually outrun that action, meaning I can pull the trigger quicker than the action can cycle, leaving you with a dead trigger, and that's why I'll never own another Benelli M2. So the A300 is a great alternative to that, with all the bells and whistles for about half the price. So you're looking at a solid shotgun for the money, but the 1301 Tactical is quicker. So if those splits matter to you, if you're a competitive shooter, I can understand a functional difference between the 1301 and the A300 for double taps and mag dumps. When it comes though to transitioning from target to target, I don't see a ton of difference, although the 1301 Tactical I can seem to get back on target a little bit quicker. It's just a little bit more natural to shoot fast. I wasn't trying to shoot one faster than the other. I was just trying to go as fast as I could with both. And looking at the split times through the editor that I used to make this video, the 1301 Tactical was definitely quicker. Does it matter for like a real world scenario? Probably not. But in a competitive scenario where you need to put 2 shots on target, it could make a difference. Both of these handled recoil with high brass and low brass just fine, although again the 1301 Tactical seemed to handle that low brass recoil a little bit better. There wasn't as much difference in felt recoil between the low brass and high brass with the A300. Now these are my personal experiences shooting the shotguns. These are not like proven facts where I stuck like a force meter behind them and pulled the trigger. This is just my personal experiences. In summary, if you were looking for a tactical shotgun and you had anywhere between $1,000 and $1,500 to spend, both of these are amazing options. These are great. I love both of them. And it's really hard for me to say that one is going to be worth less or more. They're both great options for their price class. If you had $1,000 to spend and no more, the A300 is what I'm picking, hands down every single time, no questions asked. It's just a solid shotgun with the features for the money. But if you had the extra $1,500 and you were only going to buy, or extra $400 or $500, and you were only going to buy one tactical shotgun, semi-auto for the rest of your life, and price wasn't that big of a deal, I would personally spring for the 1301 Tactical. I don't think the A300 replaces this. I think it is very good and it gets very close, but it doesn't quite do what the 1301 Tactical does in its purest form. The 1301 Tactical is unmatched on the market in my opinion, but that makes sense why Beretta came out with this. It takes all the great features, makes it a little bit more affordable. It gets it in the hands of the, a lot of people will say, you know what, I'll spring $1,000 on a shotgun, a semi-auto tactical shotgun. Like I know I got to pay up. I'll do this. So it gets it in the hands of more people and they will never be disappointed with this shotgun. I am not disappointed in this shotgun. But for those guys who have just a little bit more money and it's not that big of a deal to drop $1,400 on a tactical shotgun, the 1301 Tactical is going to be my choice. So I hope you guys like the video. I hope it goes over the differences between the two models. I've fallen in love with both of them, and both of these will be staying in the collection forever. So I purchased this one myself from Beltway Gun and Pawn, and this is the T&E model that Beretta sent that's going to stay with the channel to do long-term testing and evaluation. So they sent this one. I purchased this one. And I don't regret any of this. It's been a great experience shooting both of them down at the range. I think no matter what you'll pick, you'll really enjoy them. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.